Hi. Um, the channel is Readings by Rosalie. I am Rosalie, and you may hear me wheezing a little bit. I was in the hospital this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, having a breathing treatment. I had to have a couple of them before I started feeling better, and they turned me loose. Actually, my guide said, "Go home." He said, "Go home." So probably had I stayed, I was prepared to stay. I mean, I took food with me. I took crocheting with me. I knew I was going to be in the ER for a while, and I knew they don't feed you in the ER. And I'm on a lot of prednisone. All I'm doing is eating, and so they don't feed you. So I took crochet. I took some food. I took water because I'm thirsty, because all this prednisone stuff's driving my sugars up. My glucose is really high, and I'm just struggling with this type 1 or type B influenza that's affecting my lungs, my asthma. So it's a double whammy. Anyway, I have a nebulizer I'm getting today. I'm home because my guides told me to go home. And I imagine if they're telling me to go home, that means I would have gotten sicker in the hospital. So home it is, and that's where I am. And but anyway, I want to talk to you about what brought on that story that I shared. I shared the exit points yesterday, or a couple days. I don't even know when. I'm losing track of time. But I shared recently the exit points that you have in your life to leave, and they're surreal exit points. It's not like, a drug addict is overdosing and saying, "Hey, I'm leaving." No, that's in their life plan that they leave because of that. But excuse me. You watched the video, I'm sure, so you know how it went. But I'm sure I got sick on the plane or in the airport. I wear a mask on a plane. I probably got sick in the airport. Now, today I'm trying to rewind that trip and get some money back out of it because I did buy trip insurance. So cross your fingers. And also, please say some prayers, some good words, whatever you can muster up for me to help heal these lungs. I am a true believer in energy. And, as you know, I'm sending love energy. Send me some love. I've been sending love to my lungs in the mirror, with my sending love coin. So, but I want to talk to you about signs that were in my face the night I was sick. My friend Trisha and I went on this trip together to Sedona, Arizona, and I was sick there. And the first night we were in, we went to see the movie Cabrini. And Cabrini, if you haven't watched it, it's about a Catholic nun who pushed the church to get her agendas and get money to help save children. And I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, I got things in common with this nun. One, I am not a nun. I am not a saint by any means. But some of the things in her life are parallel with my life. She had lung issues. I have lung issues. Hers was from TB, mine's from asthma. And in the movie, it showed her in the movie drowning, falling backwards in the water, going back, arms, And I said to Trisha when we were watching, I said, "I just told you that story about me last night." She goes, "I know." She goes, "You need to make a video of it." And I said, "Yeah, I will." I shared both those stories with her the night before we saw this movie. And so I wasn't in any rush to share it until after the movie, So I shared exit points with you. Now this is sharing signs that were absolutely in my face that night. So one, Cabrini had lung issues. I have lung issues. In the movie, they showed Cabrini drowning, going backwards in the water, like I did actually occur for me. She was dreaming it, that she was dreaming that she was dying of lungs because her lungs are so full. And then she's an advocate for children. And she got children out of the slum and out of sexually, out of prostitution. I believe the girl wasn't even 18 in the movie that was a prostitute. And my goal is to help children. I hear children. I listen to what they say. I have always believed them. When a child tells you something's going on, believe it. I am a firm supporter of the Operation Underground Railroad, and that is o.u.r.org if you want to donate. They save and rescue children who are being sexually abused and trafficked, and it's a great organization. In fact, Mel Gibson and Denzel Washington joined it for the crap that's going on in Hollywood. And, there's a lot of kids in movies that have been raped and molested repeatedly, shared with directors and stuff. So, you see all the time on TV, Sarah McLachlan, playing her songs, and everybody's crying because of these puppies and these cats and these dogs that are abused physically. You will never see anything about children, babies, little kiddos, teenagers who are sold into prostitution. All these kids are sold into prostitution, even these babies. Happens every day. Every day. You won't see it on TV, but it happens every day. So that's a big cause of mine. I hope it becomes a cause of yours, and we start saving children from being trafficked into sexually abused, even movies, porn and all that stuff. So it's horrible that it happens to our children, and it needs to stop. So donate if you can. If you find it a worthy cause, it's my cause. So my cause for children, I had that. Her cause for children was getting them out of the slums, orphanages, out of those types of situations. And so that was my commonality with her. So we watching the movie, and during the movie, my chest was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. It was hurting, and it was getting harder to breathe. And I was trying to take slow, deep breaths, and not cough during the movie. I was trying to take slow, deep breaths, fill my lungs up, and try to breathe during this movie. At the end of the movie, she was buried on the property that was donated to her. She said she would die there. That's where she was buried. And guess how old she was? She was 67. Guess how old I am? I'm 67. So at the end of the movie, we're leaving, and I said, Trisha, I'm having a hard time. I think I need to go to the hospital. And she says, I know you're having a hard time. So we went to the ER in Sedona, and I was diagnosed with type B influenza, which it's a lighter version of it, but because I've had asthma and I was up in the mountains and having altitude sickness at the same time, it was tough. And so they gave me a lot of medicine, and I think I got shots. I don't remember. But then I went. They put me in quarantine, and I wasn't allowed to go anywhere. So I'm trying to rewind that trip because I did pay for travel insurance. So cross your fingers. Hope that I get my money back. Today, dealing with getting a nebulizer, and tomorrow early morning I have a doctor's appointment. So I appreciate your prayers, your vibes, your good vibes. Send me love. I've been sending love in the mirror with my coin to my lungs. I am feeling a bit better. I'm glad to be home. And as I was in the ER, I was prepared to stay. I took crocheting. I took food with me because they don't feed you in the ER, and you're on massive doses. I'm on massive doses of prednisone right now, and albuterol. It just makes you eat. You're hungry all the time. My face is swelling because of the prednisone, and I'm gaining weight because of all of that. And I'm dying of thirst because all this stuff's kicking up my blood sugars, which normally in the 490s, I would be at the hospital with that. But because I know what's causing it, I'm taking additional medications, and trying to keep that in check. I can't exercise because I can't breathe, but I have an early morning doctor appointment tomorrow. I'm getting a nebulizer today so I can do this magic at home. It's like this. Also, so pray for me, say good words, send love, send good vibes. I appreciate all of it. I'm expecting miraculous healing because this is not an exit point for me. It's just a, open your eyes, straw cutter, you're sick. And all the signs were in my face. I want to tell you one other thing. After we got out of the hospital, or maybe while we were in the hospital, I told Trisha that I had just remembered having a Vedic astrologer do a financial astrology report for me a few years ago. And while doing that, I taped it, but when you listen to something, when I listen to something on this phone, I guess it's automatic. I listen to it, it must disappear afterwards because it's gone. But I like being evidential and showing you as much proof as possible other than my words, or try to show you some way so you can understand what I went through, like drawing those pictures, cutting that picture out, the oval of that bright light hand coming at me, so you could kind of get an idea of what I was going through. But with this guy, it was financial. It was about money. All of a sudden, he stops talking. I don't say anything. And I'm listening. No. So I said to him, hello? He goes, yes, I am here. There's something here I am concerned about, and it is your health. And I'm like, okay. I said, what do you got? And he said, in the timeline of spring of 2024, I would have an episode or an incident or an event that could quite possibly take my life if I wasn't careful, if I didn't manage it, if I didn't take care of it. So I remembered that. I thought, holy crap, yeah, that financial dude told me that. So it's not an exit point for me because I am aware of it, doing all I can to take care of it, and I'm not leaving earthly plane because I got other things to do. Like I said, I probably chose when I was under the water, sitting 25 feet under the surface of the 25 feet below. You know what I'm saying. I was sitting on the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, 25 feet down, sitting on my butt with a life jacket on, wondering, am I going to be dying here? Everything is slow-mo. No, so that was my exit point. I didn't take it. I could have. All I had to do at that time was breathe. And at that time, I chose not to breathe. And I was pulled up and lifted out. So I'm not dealing with anything like that. This is all, I'm very aware of what's going on, very aware of the signs, and very much following the signs. In fact, my guides told me when I was in the hospital, getting ready, I was prepared to stay. I took crocheting. I took food because they don't feed you there when you're in the ER. And I drink a lot of water. But anyway, I was prepared to stay. And my guide said after the second breathing, I had to have 2 of them, and I started feeling a little better. And my guide said, go home. So I chose to come home because if I would have stayed, I imagine I would have, you hear that? Magic, yeah. I made the right choice. So if I had stayed, I would imagine that I would have been picked up some kind of bug at the hospital, and had to be in serious trouble. So I'm good. I'm following my signs that are in my face. But I will, when I get better, I'm going to get on here and talk about other signs that show up in your lives, like number 333s, the triple digits and stuff. I will say I've been seeing 1212 a lot. And 1212 is everything's going to be all right. So I'm trusting that. Everything will be all right. And I'm trusting you to send me love because I believe you will. And Like and subscribe to like and subscribe to the video, please. You win, because if I choose your name as a subscriber, you'll have a free reading with me at the solstice, and I'll be drawing names at the solstice. So talk to you next time. Hopefully, well, no, I will be healthier. Not hopefully, I will be healthier and in better shape to talk to you about things. So, kisses to you, prayers to you, prayers to me. Let's stay in touch. Comment below if you're going through illness right now, because a lot of people are. I know a lot of people who have type A. I just talked to a family who had type A and type B influenza go through their household. How horrible is that? And nobody has asthma, but I mean, both of those, type A is a bad one. So I'm glad I got type B and not type A. Anyway, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I love you, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye.